All right, so I just got out of a behind closed doors demonstration, a hands-off demonstration of Dune Awakening. Now, this is the MMO that takes place in an alternate universe where basically the big assassination never happened in the Dune timeline. So a lot of things are different. And while they were demoing this to us, the one thing that I kept thinking about is the scope is almost too big. The map is massive. They're talking about having sandstorms. And they have this huge map that they're demoing to us, and then they go out to another map, a larger overworld map, and then they're like, yeah, and then we'll go to this other huge map, and we expect you to spend 30 to 50 hours in these areas. And I'm just like they want you to live in this MMO game, and I'm just wondering, are they going to have enough cool stuff for you to do? They talked about how you're going to have to earn like an ornithopter, which is somewhat interesting, but what am I working towards with the resources that I'm gathering in these locations? There's things that you can do, like you can build bases, template those bases, and you're going to want to template them because they're going to have sandstorms that sweep through the lands and just destroy everything you've built unless you're inside of the shielded area. Now that's going to happen every week. So on the one hand, that is compelling from a gameplay perspective because the map is going to change when that happens. On the other hand, I'm like, that does sound like a little bit annoying if you're trying to take over one section of the map, but I also get it because if they have enough players, like one faction could just take over the majority of a map area, and they want to sort of have that reset, interesting mechanic where factions go in and they're like, here's where the new resources are, here's the area where we want to stake our claim, and sort of create organic PvP zones, so to speak. So there's some interesting stuff happening with it. I'm just wondering how it winds up all folding together in the end, and it seems really early right now. So Dune Awakening, we don't really have a release date as far as I know off the top of my head. If we do, please, editor, put it on the screen right now. But what I saw behind closed doors today, very early on, some very ambitious gameplay goals that sound interesting in theory. I am curious what that loop is like, having anything outside of the shield destroyed regularly. I'm like, that's kind of cool. Will it come together? I'm not sure. I am curious what you all think about the story. You know, we've heard little bits and pieces about it. And the one compelling thing that they did touch on just briefly was that there is going to be some type of political system, and politics is a big aspect of the Dune franchise, right? So there will be politics involved somehow where you can influence the outcome of two factions that are at war and the decisions that they make and how that impacts the game that you're going to play. Look, if they can pull it off, this could be a very, very cool MMO, unlike anything I've really seen, and I really like that they're taking some really unique and interesting chances, but I am curious, how will that all come together from a player's perspective, right? Time's gonna tell, and we'll keep you updated right here. So for more on all things gaming, keep it right here at IGN.